trapped by my body. Then I realized I've been trapped by the human body, not organs, not blood and bones, the collective one. The one that decides who breathes easy and who doesn't get to breathe at all. Not all of us, only some. Mostly the ones whose shade of skin resembles mine, who laid the foundation for cruelty and tried to make us believe standing on a neck was just following procedure. No breathing room, no room to move at all. Only attempted erasure. It has always been about people of color, the disabled, the queer, the other. The ones no one makes space for unless the space is a cage or a category on a government form or an old website. Inherited hands take us, shape us with language, with law, with diagnosis, with policy written in rooms we were never invited into. Hands that were never meant to hold us don't get to break us. We won't give them power because they are not strong. They're humans who never healed and chose not to, and still go to sleep at night smiling, while others are unfed, unhoused, treated as less than the cost of next day's shipping, less than something that they'll forget they ordered. A black mother dies in a hospital, a baby still on her breast, a woman's autonomy stripped while she was trapped in mind no longer with her. This is not breaking news, this is a morning headline designed to stop us, or to make us stop flinching. This is what is happening when someone's coffee is boiling and their toast is burning. And the ones who justify it point to a man in a holy text who they say died for them. They use his name to legislate the bodies of people that he even washed the feet of himself. The same man who flipped tables in temples for less, their favorite protagonist, whitewashed beyond recognition. His name borrowed to sanctify genocides. A god of loaves and fishes, invoked by people who'd let both rot before sharing even their crumbs. That is cowardice weaponized. Somewhere right now, a kid is learning the word for who they love, or how their brain works from someone who says it like a diagnosis. Somewhere, a parent is holding a child who won't cry after being called something vile and toxic, trying to figure out which words will make the world make sense and put a body back together that language just broke. There are no words for that. There is only the holding and the wrapping of arms. And still, the world asks those arms to let go and get back to work. Not all of us are trapped in a body. Some bodies are limited by how they're built, and others cast them aside without regret. Some trapped in how they're perceived and the ignorance of others. No one chose to feel this way. No one wakes up and asks to be caged. People choose to be free, to exist without apology, to wake up and feel the sun without first calculating whether it's safe to step outside. Others choose ignorance over empathy, over dignity, because of a book dusty old men wrote under a pen name. Their favorite protagonist remade in the image until he was unrecognizable. Anyone who didn't fit the paradigm was called dangerous, and then their discomfort became doctrine. Their cruelty got a clinical name and they called it a phobia. A story that led them to believe erasure was God's will. That's not faith, that is control trust in scripture, and it always has been. I don't speak on behalf of anyone but myself, only from experience that crosses intersections whether or not I asked it to. Trans family, siblings, parents, chosen people who keep each other here when the ground gives. Trauma I was never meant to endure, thrust upon me by someone who needed help themselves. And still, I survived, in spite of them. It's not a person who traps themselves, it's every hand that built the cell that traps them, and every hand that turned the key in the lock and walked away, every slithering hand that keeps them from even crumbs, from having basic needs met, from being seen as anything but less. And still the hands they thought were buried inside keep building, still reaching, nails scratching bloody marks into the walls, counting days. So someday, someone knows they were here. So someone can be held accountable. Someone, somewhere tonight, is still inside it, pressing their palms flat against the walls, listening for anything on the other side, hoping for anything but silence.